Pokemon Go is known for being a pretty glitchy game at times. And because of this leads to some Pokemon being created that really shouldn't. Well, today we're gonna be going through these Pokemon, breaking down 6 Pokemon that shouldn't be real. To clarify, these are Pokemon that are made available through some sort of coding error, result in them being available to catch in Pokemon Go, but they really shouldn't. Some may call them coding catches. Okay, let's just get into the video. Okay, starting in the number 6 slot, by the way, none of these are in order, we're gonna be talking about early access Xuritree. Now, obviously Xuritree is in Pokemon Go right now, and it was initially released August 5th to 7th in Sapporo, Japan during this summer's Sapporo Go Fest. However, someone was actually able to get it early during Seattle Go Fest. On July 23rd, Snoop Predictions on Reddit posted the first Xuritree in Pokemon Go that was accidentally awarded Xuritree instead of Sky Shaman. There was a special research during Seattle Go Fest awarding people with Sky form of Shaman. However, clearly, Snoop Predictions was able to get the first ever Xuritree about 2 weeks for the actual supposed release of Xuritree, leading to this Pokemon being available in Pokemon Go when really it shouldn't. This was clearly some sort of coding error, and I'm not sure how many trainers were able to get it, but obviously we have proof here of one being available. I do not believe that this Xuritree was removed from this player's account, so I believe they still have it, which is pretty cool, but obviously this is an example of a Pokemon that was released through a coding error. That brings us on to the number 5 slot, and the next 3 are actually gonna be pretty similar. First with Shiny Shadow Swinub. On September 21st, 2021, Jacob18 posted, "Since when are Shiny Shadows available from grunts? Not my photo from a local Discord." So clearly not their photo, but you can see here a Shiny Shadow Swinub. It seems that there was a couple local trainers that were able to randomly get Shiny Shadow Swinubs from the Ice type grunt. The Ice type grunt is the one that says you'll be frozen in your tracks or something like that. Normally, if you don't know, Shiny Shadows are only available from leaders. There's been a couple times where they've been available from grunts as like special event things. Clearly this trainer was able to get it. There's even a photo to make it more legit with it as its buddy. So we know this is a real thing. Personally, I think Shiny Swinub would be amazing Shiny Shadow for them to actually release legitly through leaders, but it seems like someone was able to get it early release. I'm not sure if they still have this Pokemon or not, but this is clearly a coding error in which someone was able to get this Shiny Shadow. Just imagine like how amazing that would be. You're just doing a Shadow Swinub check and it goes shiny. Like that'd be insane. But that's a perfect segue into our next one, which is going to be another misreleased Shadow Shiny, and that's going to be Shadow Shiny Snubull. Around the same time, September 21st, someone posted a similar image, and it seems like this whole glitch was like a similar thing with a lot of Shiny Shadows happening, of a Shiny Shadow Snubull. Obviously, Shiny Snubull has not been released in Pokemon Go. It is not a real thing that you could have ever gotten except for this time. Now, this person seems to be having, I'm not sure what language of account that is, but it clearly was not caught in any sort of English-speaking country. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Snubull, so I wouldn't really be hunting this one if it ever did come legitly to the game. But of course, that is a clear example of a Shiny Shadow Pokemon, which is not normally available, but there was some sort of coding error on Pokemon Go side in which they allowed these things to happen. Again, I'm not sure if these Pokemon were removed, but it would be really cool to have, like, just imagine you had a Shiny Shadow that no one in the world had. That would be such a flex. And that moves on to the number 3 slot, which is gonna be my favorite of this little bunch, and that's gonna be Shiny Shadow Skorupi. Yes, I know, this is the final Shiny Shadow that was misreleased, but again, it came all at the exact same time as the other 2 Shiny Shadows. This was all again around September 20th, 21st. We got confirmation of these 3 Shiny Shadows being available, and they were quickly removed. Shiny Shadow Skorupi, of course, is my favorite. I think this is a super nice looking Shiny Shadow. I just really love this Shiny all around, but I think this is one of my favorite Pokemon too, as well as Drapion, so I would just be a huge fan to be able to get this. But obviously this Pokemon is not supposed to be available in Pokemon Go. If you got it, you are super lucky. So those are 3 Shiny Shadows that were misreleased because of coding, and I just can't imagine if you actually had that and could actually flex a misreleased Shiny Shadow Pokemon. Hope they actually come legit to the game though, because I want all 3 of them. That brings us on to the number 2 slot, which is gonna be one we recently actually made a video about, and that's going to be a 2016 Articuno. Now, if you don't know the story of the 2016 Articuno, a trainer by the name of Kate Covey posted some images of them in a gym with a Articuno in 2016. They then later posted an email which they sent to Pokemon Go, and I believe the email had something to do with them accidentally transferring a Pidgeot, and then Pokemon Go was like, "Oh, sorry, you transferred Pidgeot, we'll give you an Articuno." Now, to this day, this is still a very unknown thing if this is legit or not. Some people believe that this was a completely faked image and Caitlin Covey never actually had this Articuno, but some people believe it was real because there was a lot of screenshots screenshots going around of this Pokemon, and they even live streamed showing off the Articuno, I do believe. Niantic suggested that this is all fake and it would be impossible for an Articuno to be available in the game, but there is proof out there, or images at least, showing this Pokemon. Again, however, this Pokemon was not available at the time at all. There was no legendaries released until 2017, I believe. So that makes the early access Articuno, a 2016 Articuno, one of the rarest Pokemon in the game. I do believe this Articuno was removed from this trainer's account, so that does prove that Niantic can remove Pokemon from accounts unless it was all faked and then, you know, they never really had to do anything. But to this day, that's one of the biggest mysteries in Pokemon Go, whether it is real or not. Let me know your comments below. Maybe you know more about the situation, but if it is real, that is technically a Pokemon that broke Pokemon Go. And that brings us on to the final Pokemon, the biggest game-breaking Pokemon in the game, and I'm sure some of you guys know it. It's going to be Shiny Detective Hat Pikachu. Now, if you don't know the story of Shiny Detective Hat Pikachu, you either have been hiding under a rock or you just don't really look into rare Pokemon, but it is literally the rarest shiny, I believe. As a community, people agree that it's the rarest shiny available in the game. If you don't know how it worked, when the Detective Hat Pikachu or the Detective Pikachu movie came out, there was an event in Pokemon Go to, you know, hype it up. And you could take snapshots to get photo bombed by these Detective Hat Pikachus. However, Niantic shiny locked a Pikachu. I'm not 100% sure why they did that. Maybe they wanted to re-release it for, you know, number 2 or something like that. But they did shiny lock Pikachu, so you couldn't get shiny Pikachu from the photo bombs. However, some people found ways around this. What people did is they waited until the end of the Detective Pikachu event, and right before the event ended, they took their snapshot. That Detective Hat Pikachu would appear on the map. If you don't know how snapshots work, they'll appear on the map and you can click on them to shiny check them. But they didn't click on them until the event was over. Once the event was over, shiny Pikachu was turned on, or there's some sort of coding error that went on there in which Pikachu could now be shiny. So there were some trainers, although you only got like 1 check for it, that were able to wait until the event was over, click on it, and that was a shiny Detective Hat Pikachu. I believe there's only like 2 confirmed cases of real shiny Detective Hat Pikachus with footage and everything like that. You can see one on screen right now, but it is easily one of the rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and it should not be a thing at all because, again, this was a shiny locked Pokemon. It was not supposed to be shiny, and I don't even know if we'll ever even see the re-return of this Pokemon. So this might be a 1 of or a 2 of Pokemon, which is just like insanely rare. And that is pretty much it, guys. Those are 6 Pokemon that broke Pokemon Go that shouldn't be available at all. Honestly, personally, I just want to make this video to show off those shiny shadows because I'm a huge fan of those shiny shadows, and I really hope they actually legitly come to the game because some of them are super nice. If you have any thoughts on this video or comments, or you want to add anything, or you think some of these don't deserve a spot on the list, let me know in the comment section below. But that's going to be it from me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to see you on the next one. Fall for this, everybody. Peace.